Since the baseball world has been kind of dry lately, and recently I just started looking back on older games, and I stumbled upon a game on September 5th, and oddly enough, it was an Astros game, which is weird, right? Because I'm a Yankees fan. But seriously, I started watching this game, and then I remembered Hunter Brown debuted this day, and this kid is nuts. If you guys do not know who Hunter Brown is, he's one of the Astros' best prospects, if not the best, and he got a little taste of the big leagues in the postseason and in the regular season. So what makes this kid so special? Why do I enjoy watching him? And honestly, should I really be that worried next year when my team faces him? And I genuinely think I do. Hunter Brown is a very subtle pitcher, right? He does this little strut and everything, but then you start to realize something. His form looks really familiar, and to who that might be, well, none other than the previous Astros ace, Justin Verlander. Growing up, Hunter Brown was a massive Justin Verlander fan, so much to the fact that he copied the whole windup and mastered it to an extent. Pitching Ninja has a perfect example right here. Right now, you can see Justin Verlander, Hunter Brown being perfectly synced up together. It's literal perfection. But is he capable of pulling off what Justin Verlander has done in his career? And I generally think he can. And even if he won't, Hunter Brown has already given so many baseball fans a reason to be excited for his future. In the 7 games he played in the regular season, the kid gave you a .89 ERA with 22 Ks and a whip of 1.08. Now the .89 ERA is insane. Let's just talk about that for a second. Yes, it's a small sample size and he barely had more than 25 innings, but in those short moments he really showed how well he could throw the ball. He had 2 starts and a couple of relief appearances, that's why there's such low innings. His arsenal included a 4-seam fastball, a curveball, and a slider, and his 2 other pitches he throws only around 3% of the time are a split finger and a sinker. Hunter Brown is pretty much just a 3-pitcher guy, but imagine once he starts to learn how the big leagues are and, focus on those at-bats and try and master his pitches with the people around him, because the Astros have an insane pitching staff. If he just talked to some of the people in that rotation or even the pitching coaches, he could definitely get a sinker and a split finger down perfectly. And honestly, once he does that, he could up that usage and just become like a kitchen sink type of pitcher. Yes, he doesn't throw that fast, but he is very young and he has a lot of room to grow. And honestly, I guess I'm a little high on this kid because I generally feel like those 7 games he played in the regular season were dominant. And yes, you can make the argument that maybe it wasn't against the best of teams, but he still had to pitch against teams like the Rays and Phillies, who were playoff contending teams at the time. On top of his regular season performance, he also had a brief stint in the playoffs where he posted a 0 ERA. Now you guys could say it's not a big deal, but he did have to face the Mariners and the Yanks, and completely showed why he was a viable option to the Houston Astros in the playoffs. He was able to get players out by making them hit grounders. It was everything you needed out of someone in a relief appearance. He also came up huge when the Astros faced the Mariners and had that 18-inning game. That game was a drag fest, right? But it's insane to think that this rookie stood up and has barely played over 25 innings in the regular season, and you're throwing him into a playoff scenario in extra innings where one hit could cost you that game. And then the Mariners tied the series 1-1. You might not have that World Series championship in Houston, and who knows what would have happened. And that's honestly the beauty of it. I think Hunter Brown has a lot of potential, and I think the time he has been in the league has proved that he can be a sort of clutch player. I think people forget that being a starting pitcher is extremely hard. You gotta remember, this kid's played in AAA, he's played in all the minor league systems, but that doesn't mean once he comes up to the big leagues he'll actually perform the way he should. And I think that's important to remember, because yes, I'll give you another example, like my Yankees. Clark Schmidt was a guy that did really well in AAA. He's someone that had a decent outing, I guess, every once in a while in the months he was up, but in the playoffs, man, he kind of cracked. He did not have a great performance, and Hunter Brown is a great example of someone performing to a really good extent, especially in the playoffs. So don't forget that, hey, just because he didn't pitch as much, don't forget that that experience you need to be able to keep yourself composed is really important, and that should be valued really high when you think of Hunter Brown. Yes, he has only played a total, I think, of 30 innings, an insane amount for a kid that I'm kind of, hyping up to that extent. But I think he has a lot of potential, man, and I honestly think Hunter Brown is someone that makes me want to watch Astro games. I don't know if he's going to be up immediately come April when the season starts back up, but it'd be really interesting, and I'm hoping that he does get a call up later in the season. Now, I hope he actually gets more than, maybe 100 innings pitched, and hey, if they want to make him a bullpen piece, make him a bullpen piece before you make him a starter. But in the time he was a starter, it was impressive. It was fun to watch, and the only other person I'd really watch the Houston Astros for is literally Yordan Alvarez, because Yordan Alvarez is insane and he's just a masher. It's fun to watch his at-bats. And Cristian Javier, because that guy is really underrated, and I genuinely think he has a good chance of winning the Cy Young next year. He honestly deserves some votes this year, but barely got anything. And honestly, if Hunter Brown is in the league come April or May or June, I wouldn't mind turning on an Astros game on a random Tuesday night or even afternoon and watching Hunter Brown pitch, because he's just exciting to watch, man. He just has everything that you see in Justin Verlander. It's gonna be fun. That's what makes Hunter Brown an impactful and just fun to watch player. He's someone that you beg the question, what if he could be the next Justin Verlander? What if this kid is everything people think he's going to be? I think that makes just him as a person exciting, and honestly, that's why I love baseball. Baseball is such a random sport. Take someone like Edwin Diaz, right? Edwin Diaz had a horrible first season with the Mets. He didn't do as many things as people expected him to do. But then come the 2022 season, the kid's electric. He's back playing the trumpets. He's one of the best closers in baseball. That is why I genuinely love baseball and watching pitchers pitch. Yes, injuries are a thing, so you guys can blame stuff on that. If injuries happen, sometimes pitchers do not perform. But Hunter Brown is someone that I genuinely want to watch his career play out, or even just the first season, because he can be very dominant, and it would be extremely good for your Astros team if you guys want to repeat next year. I think this is a perfect rotational piece for the Astros, and I'm going to be really excited to watch him come April, June, or May, or whenever that call-up is. And anyways, if you guys enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1K before spring training, which starts in about a month. So if you guys could subscribe, it would mean the world to me. And yeah, if you guys want any more type of videos like this where I just talk about random prospects or people in baseball, let me know in the comment section down below who should I do. I also did an Astros video when I first started doing my channel on the first baseman you guys picked up. So hey, if you guys want to check it out, you can check it out. But I promise you it's not the best because it was my first video. And I hope you are excited for baseball to come back, because baseball starts in under a month and I am excited and I cannot wait. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day / night, or whatever you're seeing this, or whenever you're seeing this. Have a good one. Bye.